So let's just see. I want you guys to get comfortable and get ready to change your perspective. We will be sending a recording of this out. So if you have to leave early, we'll be sending that to you. And what we're going to be discussing today is the various forms, some of the forms of self sabotage behaviors, because there are a lot. And we're going to look at the numerous influences in the environment that we're always being bombarded with. And I want you to understand, and we're going to repeat this a few times, but you are not to blame for your self sabotaging behaviors because you are operating exactly by design. So, we're going to teach you how to be gentle with yourself on that. So, we're also going to dive into the 5 areas of strength and how to change your unwanted behaviors so that you can shine by design. And when we stick around to the end, we do have a really good gift at the end of this webinar, and we will be sending that out to you along with the recording. So I am Sarah Cormode, and that is my friend Katie White over there in the red. And before we get into introducing ourselves, I'd like to just bring us together. And so here we go. Let's take a moment and just get ourselves grounded and focused. I want you to try to turn off all your distractions. If you have a door, close it. Turn off your cell phone. Don't just put it on vibrate. Hide it under a pillow. I want you to close down any social media that you might have on the device that you're watching this Zoom call, and shut down your email program. Shut down your calendar. You're here with us for 1 hour, and it's going to be jam-packed. I want to honor each and every one of you for making the time to be here today and for making yourself a priority. Well done. We remind you that you are valuable, that you have every right to enjoy a life that's filled with health, prosperity, and achievement. Again, I want you to remember you are not broken. You're actually working exactly as designed. And all you need to do is simply reprogram some old habits, beliefs, rituals, and stories. And if you think you may not have any rituals, I'll just share a couple with you that I have had. My morning coffee ritual is very much a ritual, and I'm happy to say that I have replaced my caffeine habit with non-caffeinated coffee. So that was a pretty big deal for me. That took a while to do. Another one is happy hour. I definitely had a bewitching hour between 4 and 6, especially, which is certainly by design. How many times do we see happy hour in a week? And so I had to reclaim that time of the day for myself. So those are just 2 examples of rituals I've reclaimed. Anyways, I want you to know that Katie and I are here to support you in overcoming your self-sabotaging behaviors, whatever they might be. It's a very curious journey. It's very interactive, and you're going to see things coming up throughout the day. So I just want to know, you are designed to shine, and are you ready to unlock your true potential? You can respond in the chat. You can respond with a reaction. And I am going to hand it over to Katie. Okay. Oh, no, I'm not yet. Sorry, Katie. First of all, I want to just introduce how we met. So Katie and I met in the Comox Valley on Vancouver Island in the summer of 2023. And when I met her, she had just quit alcohol, cigarettes, weed, and caffeine. And she had done all of that within a period of 2 weeks. And I don't think I've ever met anyone who has achieved such a feat. And so I can tell you, I've actually only known Katie as the unsedated version of herself. And we actually laugh quite a bit about some of the stories from her previous times. But anyways, when I learned all that, I just thought, who is this extraordinary lady? And how can I learn to do what she has done? Because maybe if she can do it, I can do it too. So Katie, how did you do it?
Oh, Sarah, thanks for that introduction. Yeah, I'll go back to the beginning. So I was born into a tribe of farmers and entrepreneurs and hard workers, and they also happen to be heavy drinkers and smokers, overeaters, and there was some stinking thinking happening in that tribe as well. And so, just as my subconscious was designed, I learned what I was watching and I also became like them. I like to drink and smoke and overeat and drink coffee and surrounded myself with relationships and friends that like to do the same thing. And I was a pretty young age when I um wanted to change my behavior. I wanted to become healthier. And so I started to study everything that I could on health and wellness. I studied energy medicine and became a healing touch practitioner. I studied horticulture and herbal medicine and became a clinical herbalist. I studied Ayurvedic medicine and yoga and became a therapeutic yoga instructor. I studied somatics. I became a somatic coach, which actually helped me get over 20 years of neck pain. I studied human anatomy and biology and became a registered massage therapist. And eventually, I opened a multidisciplinary health clinic. And although I treated thousands of patients over the years, I still was unable to change my own self sabotaging behaviors. And so last year, last July, I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts, and he was interviewing an international mind control expert, and his message hit me. I heard it and it just rocked my world. I purchased some of his material and I was going on a holiday and it was a driving holiday and I had the opportunity to listen to him for over 12 hours. And I felt like I'd finally found the missing piece into my own healing journey. And within 2 weeks of starting to listen, I was able to quit smoking cigarettes, which I think I had my first cigarette when I was like 9 or 10. I stopped drinking alcohol, which was getting close to having an Olympic sport at that point. I also was able to stop smoking weed and drinking coffee. So I did continue to consume caffeine for like another 10 months, but eventually was able to get off of it. And I'll tell you why later on in this presentation, what really helped me get off of it. But I was shocked when I finally gave up the caffeine because I literally felt my brain come back online again. And I'd been blaming it on perimenopause. And it was actually the caffeine that was causing that significant brain fog. So since I started the techniques, I've lost weight. I've reduced bloating and inflammation, which has helped with body pain. Chronic skin rash that I suffered from for about 5 years cleared up. I've got more energy. I've got less anxiety. I'm in a much better mood these days. I've gained a new friend group and a new community, and I've regained my zest for life and become very inspired to become an overcome self-sabotage coach and help others do the same. And Sarah, I've watched you go through a very similar transformation, and I'm wondering if you can share that with the group today.
Absolutely. It's been a year of being vulnerable and being okay, learning to be okay with that. Maybe if you go to the next slide there, Katie. So I've learned about several self-sabotaging behaviors, but I'm going to start with one of the more obvious ones, which is alcohol. And I love me some beer. Blue Buck, made on Vancouver Island, would be my poison of choice or my toxin of choice. And recently, when I went back through some photos, I was honestly somewhat alarmed at how many pictures where I had alcohol or beer in my hand. And as you can see, I find this curious because it's obviously a unique form of self sabotage because I'm doing something really beneficial for myself, exercise, and I'm also choosing to pair it with something that's not so good for myself. I love doing outdoor sports like skiing, mountain biking, sailing, wake surfing. Um, but I would either be bringing alcohol with me on those adventures or afterwards, that was the celebration, that was the ritual after exercising. I started being curious. I noticed that, oh, yeah, you know what? I also drink with my family. We have a little bit of a pattern there. And I'm not saying that that's bad for everyone. Um, if you yeah but I know that we're coming up on Canadian Thanksgiving this weekend, And so I offer an invitation to just be curious about some of the rituals that you might share with your family and see which ones are the healthy behaviors and rituals and which ones could use a little upgrading perhaps. Um, and so again, if we look at this next slide, again, just always drinking, love a good margarita, love a beer, gotta have red wine on a ladies' weekend. So this image on the right, I was actually dealing with a broken bone in my foot. And I was also I'm actually holding a syringe there because I was taking really high dose antibiotics for several months. And then it was ladies' weekend. So, I had a glass of wine. And I mean, there's a lot to unpack in that photo, right, Katie? Like that's just a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
But I'm not here to tell you not to drink alcohol. I want you to know that every choice you make is going to be your own individual choice of how you choose to get some of your self-sabotaging behaviors out of your life. But what I can tell you is that my life is just so much better unsedated. And in this next picture, when I was just recently hiking in the Rockies in Yoho, and yeah, with my friend Carlos and Satya, who are just joining us here. But I didn't have beer in my backpack in that photo. Whereas in the past, I might have had beer in my backpack skiing or hiking or whatever. So anyways, it's your choice, and you get to figure out which self-sabotaging you are curious about that you want to move beyond.
Thank you, Sarah. Thanks for sharing that story. And yeah, Fiona made a comment that was quite, you had a lot of ability, coordination to be able to wakeboard and drink a beer all at once.
Well, I did practice, Katie, and just like everything, you can also practice to do different behaviors.
Yeah, that is true. So
I can be doing a headstand.
exactly. So we're going to watch this video with Dr. Bruce Lipton. He is going to describe the subconscious mind and how it's programmed. And I'm just going to turn this on. So we're just going to watch.
The conscious mind is a creative mind. The subconscious mind is a programmed mind, a habit mind. I'd like to discuss the nature about how our life has been programmed and how these programs control our life, our vitality, and our behavior in the world. Recognize this. If you buy a new computer and you turn it on, the built-in operating system prepares it to work. But if there are no programs in that computer, then the computer can't really do anything. Well, let's now relate this to a child. When the brain develops, it's got an operating system, but there are no programs in it. So nature created the first 7 years of our lives to download behaviors by observing our parents, our siblings, and our community. And in this way, a child can learn all the behavioral characteristics necessary to be a functional member of a family and a functional member of a community. Well, however, since we are downloading the programs by observing other people, what happens if we download programs from our parents or our family and siblings that are not very positive programs, that are actually very negative programs that have an adverse effect on our health? Well, it turns out science has revealed that during the first 7 years of our life, our brain is designed to download programs just by observing other people. It's a state of hypnosis, which is a characteristic of a brain frequency called theta, which is just below consciousness. The first 7 years of a child's life is installing the programs that when consciousness kicks in at around age 7, consciousness has use of programs to create the behavior in their relationships, in their family, community, etc. We now know about 70% of those programs that we download from others are negative and disempowering and even self-sabotaging. And as we go through our life, you'd say, well, where are these programs? I say, well, they're in the subconscious mind. And then you say, but what's the other mind? I say, the conscious mind, that's the one that kicks in at age 7. That mind is connected to your personal identity, your spirituality. And the difference between the two is profound. The conscious mind is a creative mind. The The subconscious mind is a programmed mind, a habit mind. So I say, why is it relevant? I say, well, if you're running from the conscious mind, then you're creating your life from wishes and desires and aspirations. However, if your life is under the control of the subconscious mind, it's just going to play back the programs that you downloaded from other people. Well, since other people didn't plan your wishes and your desires, the download you get may not even allow you to get into the life that you really wish for. So here comes the important issue. Are we running our lives with a conscious mind, or are we running our lives with the subconscious programs? Well, it turns out science has revealed that only 5% of the day are we operating our nervous system using the conscious mind's creative wishes and desires. 95% of the day, our life is coming straight out of the programs in our subconscious. The reason why this is happening is that when conscious mind is controlling our biology, it's sort of like a driver holding the wheel, taking us into the direction we want to go, our wishes and desires. However, when we are thinking, conscious mind has to let go of the wheel and go inside the brain. Why? Thought is an inside job, it's not outside. So what happens when consciousness is thinking? It's not driving the vehicle. I said, well, then what happens to the vehicle, our body, when consciousness is thinking? I go, subconscious is autopilot. So the moment we start thinking, biology is taken over by the programs that we acquired in the subconscious. Now here comes the problem. 95% of the day we're operating from these programs, and the vast majority of them are disempowering and self-sabotaging downloads. So we're not leading a life that takes us towards wishes and desires, we're leading a life that manifests the issues that we downloaded from other people, mostly negative. And therefore, we struggle through life. And I say, well, why is there a struggle? I said, because you're not operating from wishes and desires any longer, you're operating from the habits you got from other people. So this becomes a very profound issue, because it says then the life that we're leading has already been controlled by the downloaded programs. This is not a new idea. For 400 years, the Jesuits have told their followers, give me a child until age 7 and I will show you the man. What they were saying was they actually telling people, if you give me an opportunity to download programs in the first 7 years, that will determine the child's rest of its life. Why? Because 95% of a person's life is coming from those programs. So the issue now is facing is, what should we do with these programs? And the first issue is, what are the programs? Why? Because they were being downloaded in the last trimester of pregnancy and all the way through the first 7 years of life. So basically, you weren't there when you were in the womb. And if I asked you what programs you get when you were 0, 1, or 2 years of age, you go, I have no idea, because consciousness wasn't even engaged at that point. So the first thing you need to know is, what controls your life? 95% from the programs. Yeah, but what are the programs? And here comes a simple insight. 95% of your life is coming from the program, so your life is a printout of the programs downloaded in your subconscious mind. And so significance is easy. Look at your life. The things you love and desire and wish for that come into your life, they come in because the subconscious has programs to acknowledge that. But here's the more important part. Where you struggle in your life, where you want to have a certain outcome, but you work hard for it, you put a lot of effort into it, you're sweating over it to make something happen. Why are you struggling so hard to create those wishes and desires? And the answer is very simple. The programs that you were downloaded with do not support those ends. So as a result, your behavior is sabotaging you. And then this is the link and the catch for all of it is, when you are playing subconscious programs, why are you playing them? Because conscious mind is inside thinking. And as a result, conscious mind is not observing the behavior that's coming out from the program. And since most of those programs are self-sabotaging and disempowering, you yourself don't even see that you're engaged in the process, because subconscious is playing that and conscious mind's not observing it. And why this then becomes important is it's necessary for you to understand these programs because we can change those programs. And when we change the programs in the subconscious, we rewrite the character of our lives. Well, the conscious mind is a creative mind. It can learn in any number of ways. Reading a self-help book, watching this particular video, going to a lecture. You can easily download new knowledge into the conscious mind. The significance is the conscious mind is creative and it can be very smart. But the issue is downloading new knowledge into the conscious mind does not change the program in the subconscious. It's a different mind and learns in a completely different way. The subconscious mind is the habit mind. And by definition, we don't want to change habits very easily, especially, for example, consider when did you learn how to walk? Before you were 2. I don't care what age you are at, almost all of us never have to relearn how to walk. And I say, well, thank you, subconscious mind, because you downloaded the habit of walking and it tries to resist any change to that. But when you get a negative belief, it also tries to resist change. So the issue is this: how can I put programs into the subconscious mind, new ones to replace the ones that are sabotaging me? And the answer is this: there are only 3 ways that you can rewrite subconscious mind. The first way is through hypnosis. This is the process that you downloaded programs in the first 7 years. So every night when you go to bed, just when your conscious mind falls asleep, your subconscious mind is in operation. So if you put earphones on as you go to bed and hear a program, it's not going into the conscious mind, but it's going straight into the subconscious mind and can reprogram it. How do you get new programs after age 7? Repetition, practice. Anything you needed to learn, you had to repeat it and repeat it to create a habit. So if you want to change a habit that's not supporting you, you have to engage a habit that does support you. If you're not a happy person, you can say every day, no matter how unhappy you are, you say to yourself repetitively, I am happy, I am happy. Over the day, you keep saying that. Guess what? Repetition, habituation will change the program, and one day you'll wake up and guess what? Your subconscious mind's already got a I am happy program. And lastly, the most effective way to change subconscious programming is through energy psychology. These are mechanisms that enhance super learning, and therefore you can download new behaviors in matters of minutes. To understand super learning energy psychology and how it works, on my website, brucelipton.com, under resources, I have over 25 different energy psychology modalities that you can review and identify one that feels the best to you. Because using these new processes, you can rewrite your beliefs and radically change the character of your life in matters of minutes.
Yeah, so this is a great example of something that's really good repetitive content that you can go back and watch again. When we send you a follow-up email, we'll send you a link to these videos as well. So if you're having a rough day, put it on and know that that's going to help benefit you to keep making those positive changes. So quick recap of Dr. Lipton's video. Why do we self-sabotage? Or well, what is it? So self-sabotaging behavior involves actions that impede our progress and prevent us from achieving our goals. It can range from really subtle behaviors like people pleasing. Does that sound familiar to anyone? I come from a family of people pleasers. I recognize that behavior. And it can also range to the other extreme of really self-harming behaviors. And the reason that we do self-sabotage is really our brains actually trying to protect us, keep us safe within the tribe. Okay, I'm going to hand it over to Katie to dive a little deeper.
So there's 5 different major saboteur types that we look at. And as we go through this, just see if you can pick out your own saboteur in this list of 5, and you might have more than one. The first one is the pain aversion child mind short-term thinker. This saboteur thinks 5 to 10 minutes, days, or hours down the road and does not think of long-term consequences to their actions. They believe that pain is a goblin to be avoided, which keeps them as a perpetual infant. And all 5 types of saboteur have this as their common theme. The next one is the fire starter saboteur. We all know someone like this. They live their life like it's a soap opera. They only know how to connect through chaos, conflict, and crisis. And we often run away from them because they make us feel drained of our energy. And we keep our interactions very brief with them. The next one is the financial saboteur. These saboteurs, they struggle financially. They try and keep up with the Joneses. They're worried what other people think of them. And often they're highly programmed from school or media that frames financial struggle as heroic and noble. The next is the victim saboteur. And this type, it's never their fault. There's always somebody to blame, except for them. They have a library of excuses to explain their lifetime of stagnation, and they're often the president of their very own itty bitty shitty committee. And the final one is the failure to thrive saboteur. And this is the most rare, less than 10%. These personalities often are the joker or the class clown, and they gain these personalities in order to gain acceptance from the tribe. And they not always, but often have serious drug and alcohol problems. So just wondering if you've noticed, if you can choose any of those that you can relate to. And as we go on to the next slide, maybe you'll notice yourself or someone that you know with these behaviors. Do you indulge in sugar like a kid in a candy store with no rules? What saboteur do you think that is, Sarah?
Probably childlike thinking.
Yeah, definitely. And has alcohol become a hobby? I would say
I would
that's,
go short-term child mind, as well as definitely a financial saboteur attached to that one.
yeah. And if they really have a large alcohol problem, it could even go into failure to thrive. So there's, these saboteur types, they're not, it's not black and white. Do you find yourself parked in a car devouring fast food like it's a competitive sport? And again, that could be a couple of different saboteurs. It could be childlike thinking, could be financial. The next one, maybe you're stuck in a loop reenacting the same toxic relationships over and over. That sound like a soap opera. It could be a fire starter saboteur. Do you hide every time you smoke cigarettes that you've tried to quit for a decade? And that one, I would say it is short-term thinking as well, not thinking about the detriments that the cigarettes are causing to your health. Do you spend more time binge watching Netflix than actually living your life? What one do you think that would be, Sarah?
I'd say that's short-term childlike thinking, but it's also financial potentially, because you could be using that time to, build your business, work on your side hustle, something like that. And the only other
Yep.
thing I was going to add about like the idea of the toxic relationship and the perhaps a fire starter saboteur is like, you just need to recognize that that's not necessarily your fault. You may have grown up in a family where those patterns started before you even developed your conscious mind. So you're just
Mhm.
acting out the same pattern. So
Yeah.
we work with you through that process. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the last one, does your wallet have a sneaky saboteur that keeps buying things you don't need? Well, obviously we can say that that is the financial saboteur. So there's three reasons why our subconscious mind takes over our conscious mind. And the first one is toxins, and the toxins can be environmental, they can be food, they can be all kinds of things. And the second two are confusion, guilt, and shame. So if the brain is subjected to confusion, guilt, or shame, it can take the conscious mind offline. And we're going to watch a video here that actually shows guilt and shame being used to manipulate people's behavior.
Congestion in elevators is a frustrating problem. To reduce crowding in this 18-story building, We're programming the buttons in the elevator, so if anyone selects the first few floors, a rude message gets played. And we're installing surveillance cameras so we can see the results. The question is, can we shame lazy elevator users into taking the stairs?
It's only a short walk to your floor. Please exit and take the stairs.
I hope I'm not getting off first. I'll be like, really? I was supposed to walk?
Please exit and take the stairs.
Funny. I'm late.
They should be ashamed of taking the elevator to the second floor.
Please exit and take the stairs.
That's new.
Shame can be a powerful motivator to change people's behavior. In 2012, Ohio Judge Pinky Carr ordered a woman who drove on a sidewalk to avoid a school bus to sit in a Cleveland intersection during rush hour wearing a sign telling everybody what she had done. Another woman, as punishment for abandoning 35 kittens in a public park, was ordered by a different judge to spend a fearful night there alone, to experience the same anguish as the kittens. I'm going to take a page from Judge Pinky's playbook. The polite message worked okay, but I'm betting that a more embarrassing elevator message will increase the shame factor and work even better.
Hey, lazy, take the stairs.
I think this is great. I think it's absolutely outstanding.
Hey, lazy, take the stairs.
I think that was aimed at me.
Hey, lazy, take the stairs.
Okay.
Hey, lazy, take the stairs.
For the first 6 months that we were in this building, I didn't even know the stairs were there, which is embarrassing. We probably have gotten lazy in taking the elevator, but I think everyone in the city is on autopilot. You kind of have blinders on and you just go to what you know, which is the elevator.
I guess I was just kind of confused. Why is the elevator telling me that I'm lazy?
Take the stairs.
Then I just kind of got out because I was like, all right, this is awkward. When the elevator's talking to you, I guess there's a problem.
Take the stairs.
Our elevator of shame increased foot traffic on the stairs by 50%.
Take the stairs.
Changing to the more direct message seemed to make the difference.
Wow. That is incredible how well guilt and shame can work to take the conscious mind offline. So as we said before, the other there's toxins that can disturb brain function as well. And so some of them are really obvious. Like there's my old favorites like nicotine, alcohol, caffeine. Other ones are prescription and over-the-counter drugs. Sugar, additives, preservatives, fast food, narcotics. Some of the not so obvious are self-care products, because self-care products, they can contain a lot of toxins, and cleaning products can also contain downright poison in them. You see the cross and skull on the labels. Some not so obvious ones could be Wi-Fi, like baby monitors, earbuds, using your cell phone to your head, and also low-fat diets, vegan diets that are very low in saturated fat, which our brain needs to operate fully functionally. And so it's important to understand that the more your body and your brain are poisoned, the more susceptible you are to mind hacking. And this information can feel really overwhelming, but we're always looking for solutions. And you might notice today that Sarah is wearing an Aries technology necklace, and it harmonizes the electromagnetic waves that are constantly bombarding us. I usually wear one, but I lost mine yesterday. So we've got lots of solutions to combat these toxins in the free gift that we're going to be sharing with you at the end of the webinar. And we do dive deeply into these solutions during the coaching. Sarah, if I asked you what was the #1 brain toxin, what would your guess be?
Probably caffeine.
You
Surprisingly, I wouldn't have thought that
it,
a year ago. I do believe that to be true now.
yeah, I didn't want to believe it either because I loved my coffee and I drank a lot of it. But this image really helped me quit caffeine actually. So this is a study that was conducted in the 1940s by some scientists, and they gave spiders LSD, speed, marijuana, and caffeine. And unbelievably, the spiders that had been fed the caffeine had the most detrimental effect on building their webs. The ones on acid did better. So anytime I feel like having a coffee, I think of this image in my head and just do myself a favor and bypass it and thank myself that I haven't poisoned my brain with caffeine. So there are a couple of ways to reprogram your subconscious mind. And one of them is repetition, which can be visual, auditory, or movement. In our coaching, we use the visual repetition and also hypnotherapy. And so this next slide is an example of wall art, which is repetition that you put up in your house. I have mine on my fridge. And I hack my subconscious every time I look at it, probably 50 times a day. And I know Sarah, she travels with her wall art. And
I
yeah,
do. I actually have it right here. So what I do is I laminate mine and I travel with a roll of painter's tape and I stick it up wherever I go. Maybe you can read that one for everyone. This one's a nice one. I like it.
yeah. What does it say there? I reclaim control over my
It says,
thoughts.
I reclaim control over my thoughts, my actions, and my entire life. I let go of the past and move forward into the future to be the best I can be. And that one usually goes on the bathroom mirror, wherever I'm at.
That's beautiful. I am safe to live my life unsedated. I know Sarah and I both have this one up in wherever we are. And then another example, I move beyond fear and live in abundance. So just another way to reprogram the subconscious in a very gentle and easy manner. Sarah, do you want to talk about the next video we're going to watch?
Yes, indeed. So in this video, as Katie was mentioning, we can reprogram our subconscious mind with repetition, like wall art or hypnotherapy. And we heard from that earlier video, a really good time for that is when you're in a theta wave state, which is when you're falling asleep. I do that most nights. I listen to meditation as I'm going to sleep. So does anyone out here feel like they might be immune to marketing and repetitive content? It's okay if you do. Because I'm going to show you this next video with Justin Willman, who is an expert in mind control. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to blow your mind. But we've been teaching a little bit here. So what we're going to do is look at some of the so-called influencers who say that they're immune to marketing. And I really don't like that term influencer, actually, because just watching this video, it makes me think that all the influencers are just being influenced to sell different things or different ideas or different products to us. But so let's see what happens when really subtle, repetitive content is used. And I want you to try to use your critical thinking to see if you can pick up on some of those cues. And I'll just give you a hint. Just remember that our brain, our limbic brain especially, absolutely loves repetition. And it will follow prompts to be safe and feel and to fit in with the tribe. So here we go.
These days, you don't have to be a doctor or a magician to have power over people. Social media can give anyone the ability to influence the masses, and that influence can be quite profitable.
In a moment.
So to find out if I have what it takes to be an influencer, I enlisted the help of 3 social media celebrities with over 6 million combined followers. Meet Griffin.
What's up, you guys?
Ditto.
Hey, guys.
And Andrew.
Hey guys, it's Andrew. What's up,
I'm not hearing
vlog?
anything,
We met at the
Katie.
World
Is
of
that just
Fruit,
me?
a selfie lover's paradise, for a lesson in influencing.
So listen, I thought maybe we could scroll through my feed a little bit. Maybe you can give me some tips.
Oh, stand by. Looks like I've got a little problem here.
No problem.
Let's see here. Just gonna do the stop share for a second. And then I'm gonna present.
And just remember to click the share audio button as you share your screen again, hun.
Okay.
I can keep talking as Katie gets that set up. But yeah, you pay attention to the cues that are repeated here. I think I missed them all the first time. And I would say if you have any young people in your home, especially anyone that's spending a lot of time watching media from anywhere, make sure they watch this so that they can see how easy it is to hack into their subconscious.
These days, you don't have
Can
to
you
be
hear
a
it now?
doctor or a magician to have power over people. Social media can give anyone the ability to influence the masses, and that influence can be quite profitable. So to find out if I have what it takes to be an influencer, I enlisted the help of 3 social media celebrities with over 6 million combined followers. Meet Griffin.
What's up, you guys?
Ditto.
Hey, guys.
And Andrew.
Hey guys, it's Andrew. What's up, vlog?
We met at the World of Fruit, a selfie lover's paradise, for a lesson in influencing.
So listen, I thought maybe we could scroll through my feed a little bit. Maybe you can give me some tips.
For sure.
Let's do it. Yeah.
I asked them to be honest with me, and I regretted it immediately.
What's the cover of this?
Cover.
Is it intriguing? Is it captivating? Are you getting an audience from it?
Hadn't thought of that. Okay. How's this? It's a hot day.
Ice Ice Baby for
Yeah.
that?
Remember that song?
I do, yeah.
Sweet. I'd say we look très chic, right? Very cool.
Yeah.
He loves swings. My caption idea was, you are getting very sleepy.
They did not hold back.
This is kind of creepy.
Caption is, nothing like a tray of cold ones.
It looks a little forced, but like, it's not to the point where it's like, oh, you know?
Oh.
There was a lot of constructive criticism,
I don't know if I love the filter. Yeah, the filter, that's exactly what I was thinking.
and some not so constructive.
And my caption was, he's channeling his inner Gallagher.
For your age demographic, I think that's...
I've always wondered, does being an influencer mean that you are less susceptible to being influenced?
Yes.
Interesting. Did you guys notice the red cloth behind here?
I did
Okay.
indeed.
I was here a week ago, took a selfie.
Oh.
I'll give you guys a little peek here.
Just wanted to, you know,
Is
whet
this an
your
ad?
appetite.
Well, basically, it's gonna be my first endeavor at being an influencer.
Okay.
Speaking of which, since these guys get paid to promote products, I posed a challenge. I gave them 50 unglamorous items to choose from.
Gravy boat, toilet paper, whatever this is.
And gave them free reign of 20 different selfie-licious rooms to snap a pic. Before I showed them my magic, I wanted to see them work their magic.
I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes to start. Now, have at it.
Okay, that's not flexible.
Selfie sticks down, come on back.
Nice.
Was it fun?
It was,
It was a blast.
Yeah?
it was difficult.
I had a lot of fun.
All right, you probably have hundreds of photos on your roll right now.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
So here's what I'd like you guys to do, is each of you scroll through everything you just took and pick one photo with one product in one location that you think would make the most unique Instagram post, okay? Add a hashtag to it. Don't let each other see. And then you're all gonna post at the exact same time, okay? Ready? Post. Bones down. Is the suspense killing you guys?
I want to see it.
Before we get to that, I'm just curious. Raise your hand if you chose a pic with the stapler. Hemorrhoid donut. First aid tape. A sexy coat hanger. Raise your hand if you chose the ice cube tray.
Drama.
Wait, what? Wait.
I have questions.
Wait.
I don't like you.
Hold on a
Wait,
second. Let's see. Of the many places to take a photo here, raise your hand if you posted a pic in front of the mirror wall. The disco pineapple. Big banana. Raise your hand if you chose to take a picture on the watermelon swing.
Come on.
Yeah.
Can I see the posts?
Yes, you can.
Show each other.
I don't like this.
Go.
Wait, are you kidding me?
Yeah. What? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. How does this... Wait, but that's...
You know, that's so interesting.
It is interesting. Yeah,
Because
you're
I was
telling
here a
me.
week ago and I took a picture.
Yeah, you were.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't sure if it really was influencer worthy, but turns out it was.
No.
The ice cube tray on the watermelon swing in front of my face. The hashtag was Trey Cool. What were your hashtags?
I don't even want to talk about it.
Trey Cool.
I'm shooketh.
Well, I bet you have the same question they have.
So my question is how?
The answer's simple. I wasn't here to take a lesson in influencing. I was here to teach it.
Do you think that you are less susceptible to being influenced?
Yeah.
You love swings. You are getting very sleepy. I'd say we look Trey chic, right? Very cool.
Is it intriguing? Is it captivating?
Nothing like a tray of cold ones.
Ice Ice Baby for
Yeah.
that? This is kind of creepy.
My caption was, he's channeling his inner Gallagher.
Oh, I don't like this. Why are you in my brain?
How does it feel to be influenced?
Confusing.
You can have confusing. Wow.
Okay, so
Oh my
isn't that crazy? We'll just stay on that slide for a moment, Katie. If you want, you can put your observations in the chat and we'll come back to those during the Q&A to discuss it. But that video is just so powerful, and it really shows the power of the limbic brain that's constantly scanning our environment. So even if you're on social media scrolling, your limbic brain is picking up all that content. You may not consciously be doing it, but your unconscious is constantly picking up all of that information. These guys were hacked. He gave those guys 5 minutes and he got them to do exactly what he wanted them to do within 5 minutes by simply producing some repetitive content. And if you want to know how many times your brain needs to hear something, it's only twice. So for your brain to hear repetitive content twice, it's already building that need to be part of the tribe. So let's learn how to raise our unconscious mind into our conscious level. And that way we can stop giving away our money and spending it on things we don't need, and sometimes harming ourselves in the process. Because just remember, someone or some business or corporation is often profiting from our harmful actions. And do you really want to give away your hard-earned money for someone else's benefit? We're going to take a much deeper dive into this during our 4-week course that's coming up in a couple weeks. Over to you, Katie.
Yeah, so you can just see that list on the screen of all the ways that we can receive the repetitive programming. Music, television, radio, movies, newspapers, social media, mainstream media, schools, family, and friends. So it's like asking a fish, what is water? It's just everywhere. We are just surrounded in it. Sarah, what would you say the opposite of self-sabotage would be?
I would go with empowerment.
Yes, and you would be 100% correct. We become fully empowered adults capable of taking care of ourselves, our families, and our communities. We have a strong body, clear mind, and a commitment to purpose and abundance. And if we are weak, we adopt childlike thinking and are more likely to comply with mind control and poison our bodies. And so it's never, ever too late to turn things around and remember who we really are. And when you join the group coaching course, we're going to dig really deep into the 5 pillars of strength that are required to learn to be truly empowered. So as we go through a brief description of each one of these pillars of strength, I'd like you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. So 1 is going to be the low end of the scale and 10 is going to be the absolute best. And just be honest with yourself and ask how you're going to rate. So the first pillar of strength is the physical pillar. Do you work out on a regular basis? Do you eat a healthy diet? And have you cultivated healthy daily habits? So on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you at? The next one is intellectual. Where do you get your information from? Are you watching mainstream media? Do you have the ability to think critically? Where are you at on a scale of 1 to 10? Emotional pillar of strength. So most people today are super wound up and they cannot see a crisis forming. They cannot handle a crisis. And so a high level of emotional strength is how you can deal with a crisis. So how would you rate your ability to deal with a crisis? Spiritual. Do you know why you're here? Do you know what your purpose is? Why are you here on this earth? And I'll give you a hint. It's not to binge watch Netflix and use your mouth as a garbage can. So on a scale of 1 to 10, where is your spiritual strength? And the last one is financial strength. And so people often have very little money because they've been socially engineered to embrace lack and think of money as dirty, evil, and unspiritual. So all forms of mind control are built on weakness, and the weaker you are, the more you will comply. And so just curious where you've rated yourself and what you think of that. But always never giving up hope. There's always a way to change. There's always a way to do better. And so things that you can do to become more empowered, cultivate awareness, start paying attention to the repetitive content in your environment and notice how it might be influencing your beliefs and your behaviors. Definitely prioritize your health and your strength. Focus on improving your physical health as a foundation for your mental and emotional resilience. Develop critical thinking skills, question common narratives, and seek out alternative perspectives. Seek financial independence. Look for ways to create your own income streams rather than relying solely on one income stream. And limit your exposure to programming. Be mindful of your media consumption and its potential impacts on your subconscious. And just by focusing on these things, you can start to make incremental changes that over time become massive changes. And we want to show you this video. It's so inspiring. It is Arthur, and Arthur, he was obese, he had leg braces, he had limited mobility, and through his own ability to repeat, and have a coach and have a supportive community, he made an incredible change in 10 months. And so we're just going to watch Arthur here, and you might want to grab a Kleenex because it's very, very touching.
What are you doing? He sent me those first 2 pictures with the knee braces, the back brace, the canes, 297 pounds, and his belly was out to here. And I was thinking, God, how am I going to help that guy?
When you get what you want and not what you need. When you feel so tired that you can't sleep. Stuck in reverse. And tears come streaming down your face. When you lose something you can't replace. When you love someone but it goes to waste. Could it be worse? Lights will guide you home.
I've lost so much weight that if I don't hold these up, they'll fall, and I'm not going to do that right now. But I'm really pleased with this, and I just want to share this with everybody. Thanks a lot.
When you're too in love to let it go. But if you never try, you'll never know.
Here's where I'm at now.
Just what you wear.
Just because I can't do it today doesn't mean I'm not going to be able to do it someday.
Fix you.
Yeah.
Wow.
That one gets me every time. That's amazing. And
Yeah.
if you ever need some inspiration, you can watch that video. Actually, they've got a lot of good ones on their website. Let's just have a quick look at some of the solutions that we use in our group coaching. When you join our group, we do have, you join a healthy tribe, and we do have a private Facebook and a private Telegram group, which is where we share our successes and how we're overcoming our challenges. We're going to learn more about how to improve those 5 pillars of our health, so you can keep that piece of paper and see how that shifts for you over time on your scale of 1 to 10. We teach you how to reprogram your subconscious and how to conquer and overcome your fears. And you're going to feel that resistance come up sometimes, and that's usually right when you're at the precipice about to push through to some new behaviors. We're going to help you create new healthy beliefs and rituals. And I just want to remind you, like, pain is actually our guardian. It's not a goblin. We've been taught that pain's bad and we shouldn't feel pain. But when pain comes up, it's a time to pause and look at our life and ask, what is this pain? Where is it coming from? What do I need to change? Pain is our guardian. It's telling us that something needs to change in our life. And we can continue to sedate it, however we chose to do that, or we can choose to make some different choices and take some different actions. Ultimately, you know, we all have trauma from living It's just how life kind of has been going. And but what we do is we teach you how to get a nice, comfortable backpack with a good, support around your waist, and pack all your trauma into that backpack and learn how to climb Success Mountain, regardless of the trauma that you've gone through. And I just, as a reminder, going through this with Katie has been awesome. And I would invite you that if there is someone that you want to go on this journey with, to bring them along, because we've been able to laugh at it, which has been helpful. At times when I've wanted to cry, we've been able to laugh about it. So we do invite you to bring a friend along with you on this journey, because when you're climbing Success Mountain, it's important to look behind you and reach a hand out to somebody else who needs help.
Yeah, 100%. Tears of happiness and tears of joy. They're both good to share with other people. So we've got Take Action. Sarah and I created a 4-week online group coaching, and don't think of this as just another group coaching. Think of this as a reorganization of your soul so that you can empower your life. You can shine by design and live your life to its fullest potential. The world has been waiting for your gift, and it's time to share it. Come and work with Sarah and rebuild your 5 pillars of strength: physical, financial, intellectual, spiritual, and emotional. And we will uncover how the unconscious mind is constantly manipulated to feed our self-sabotaging behaviors. Learn more about predictive programming and how marketing works, and discover how to hack your environment and make your mind less susceptible. So in the 4-week program, you get 2 coaches, you get 4 90-minute classes, you get access to the recordings, and you also are invited to join our Telegram and Facebook community support groups. And will also be available for email support, and everyone is also going to get a free gift. And you can register online at unveilyourfreedom.com. And Sarah's going to talk to you about our special offer that we've got for you today.
Yeah, so anyone who's attending this event, either live or the recording that gets sent out, we do have a promotion going where if you use the promo code LifeForce2024, you can save $150. And you just need to sign up by October 28th, which is when that promo code will expire. And again, we invite you to join a friend to do this with you, and they can also use that promo code and save $150. And our group coaching starts in 2 weeks, and we look forward to seeing you then.
We sure do. And if you want to completely immerse yourself in having everything to do with overcoming your own self-sabotage, Sarah and I both offer individual coaching, and you can transform your journey with our personalized one-on-one coaching sessions. And it's an intensive program crafted to help you overcome your self-sabotage. You are going to gain valuable information on health, wealth, happiness, and independence that you're not going to find anywhere else. In just 2 focused Zoom calls, we'll uncover the root causes of your challenges and offer tailored, effective solutions. This is life-changing. And you're going to have access to invaluable resources and tools. And we've had proven successes in areas such as weight loss, relationships, health, addiction recovery, and financial stability. And again, we're going to have, you'll have access to the Telegram and Facebook group. You'll have access to us by email. You will receive the fitness and nutrition guides, and Sarah's going to talk to you about a promotion that we've got for you today.
Yeah, so right now we are running our promotion, so you can save $650 on the True Freedom private coaching, which is where everything's personalized for your needs, and it's private, which some people prefer to being in a group coaching session. So it's really your preference. Same, the promo code is Freedom2024, and that expires on October 28th. We do have payment plans available, so just send us an email for more information. And let's carry on to these. The next topic is about our free gift that we're offering all of you.
So we're going to send you all this incredible healthy living guide. It's got links in it, and it's going to help you reduce exposure to toxins that are preventing you from living your fullest and most vibrant life. And I've been using this guide and making changes over time, and it has been absolutely amazing. And so we'll send that out to you by email. And Sarah's got a little challenge to leave you all with today.
Yeah, I just want to leave you with this. Just remember that you are designed to shine. It is about progress. It's not about perfection. We're going to go backwards. I just did a road trip and I started tapping back into the caffeine because I had a story that I was tired when I could have just got out of the truck and done some jumping jacks. But here's some ideas for you is if you are drinking coffee, you can mix your beans half regular and half decaf. And eventually you just change the ratio. And next thing you know, you're drinking decaf. And that way you're not getting all the headaches and stuff as you're detoxing from it. I want you to really listen to the music that you and your children, your family, your grandkids are listening to, and analyze the lyrics and really what is the message that you're or they are listening to, and are they empowering? Just notice how many times, especially over this upcoming holiday of gratitude, but it's also a bit of a gluttony holiday. How many times are you reaching for sugar? Maybe just try to delay it. Try to just eat a carrot or celery before you put that dessert in your mouth. And try to move your body every day. And as you do, enjoy it. Just enjoy the sensation of it. And when you do indulge in your drug of choice, your behavior of choice, whatever that might be, just be curious about it. Be curious and examine what's the trigger. What's the trigger that preceded you taking that action? Because we can just start with that curiosity. And as we get there, again, just reminder that it's all about progress, folks, and it's not about perfection. Okay. We're not perfect. Trust me, we're not. We still laugh at some of our behaviors.
Yeah, definitely a work in progress. So we just love that you all came today. It was our pleasure to host you. If you want to get on our email list, send us an email at unveilyourfreedom@proton.me and reach out if you have any questions. We'll look forward to seeing you at the group coaching or the one-to-one coaching.